So when we look at organic compounds, the chemical formula just isn't enough. And we've looked at Lewis structures, but sometimes we show things in different ways. It just depends on what information it is we're trying to share with someone else. So we're used to seeing something like the chemical formula here, and that's fine. We're going to look at some other possibilities for structures and the way we can draw them. What we have here is actually what we would call a ball and stick model. It shows kind of bonds as elongated. Here we have what's known as the space filling model, and this is actually a much more accurate representation of what a molecule actually looks like. Here we have something we're a little more familiar with. This is our Lewis structure here. And then we have our skeletal structure. And what we notice is that this one doesn't have all the hydrogen atoms. All of these are actually the same molecule. We're just showing them in different ways. So the main one we're going to look at first are Lewis structures, and when we draw Lewis structures, what it does is it lets us represent that sharing of electrons. In ionic compounds, we actually have the formation of ions where one element or one atom gives up electrons, other atoms gain electrons. In this case, the atoms are actually sharing electrons. They're both kind of holding on to them, and as a result, we get the formation of these covalent bonds. And so Lewis structures help us represent that sharing that's happening. When we see a single bond, which is what we see here, what we see is that is a sharing of 2 electrons. If we have a double bond, like we see here, that's a sharing of 4 electrons. So it's just different ways of showing the same information.